Whew. Okay, so this speech is going to be a little bit more difficult than the first one. When I first came to Twin Cities Rise, I had just got out of the Hennepin County Workhouse. And I came with this really bad attitude that I'm not going to be able to find a job. I've never had a job before. You know, I had just all these personal struggles at that time. When I came, I gotta quit smacking, sorry. So when I came, I just got out of the workhouse. I didn't have custody of my children. I was not allowed to live with my children. I have 4 boys, and I only got to see them on the weekends, and I was living in a transitional facility. Okay. Breathe. And Sharice Turner was my coach at the time, and I just remember having my coaching sessions with her, and she just kept telling me, Kelly, you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. And all I wanted at that time was just to be back with my kids, and I didn't care about anything else. I've struggled with addiction for 7 years, and that was the main reason why I never had a job before in my life. I didn't have custody of my children. That's why I was in the workhouse. Through session after session, I just kept striving and striving and striving, and no matter what, I just didn't stop. I finally got to move back home with my children, which was an unexpected event, because I didn't think that I'd be able to move home until I was able to finish the drug court program, which is over a year long. And it was a very, very happy moment, and Melanie Williams was there to share that moment with me. And then I relapsed. I'd gone so long, over 2 years, without drugs or alcohol. And I just thought that I was going to fall back, thank you, to where I was at before. And I felt like such a failure. I let my family down. I let my job coach down. I let all my supporters down. But Melanie was there, right there with me, and she just told me it was going to be okay in my corner. And I reconnected with my sponsor. I got into some trouble with my probation officer, but I completed everything I needed to do with her, and I'm sorry. It's just very hard for me to talk about this stuff because it's so personal. I used to be embarrassed of who I am, and now I'm not, and that's why I'm willing to share this. I got back on my feet again, and I just kept moving forward, and I had all my supporters in my corner, and I was able to finish everything that was required by the courts, and I was done, and I just kept moving forward, and I still am. And I just moved out of my dad's house, and I've been living there since I was born. We just moved. I just got, me and my sons, our own place this August, and it's just an amazing feeling to be the sole provider of my children and be able to take care of them all by myself. So I just want to say thank you for the Ralph Award. Thank you again, Twin Cities Rise, for everything. Melanie, you're the best, and you do not know how much I appreciate this. Thanks.
I started this program homeless. Four kids. It was barely in their lives. I was known for taking and not giving. I didn't think I had a bright future. Coming from a single parent. I wish I knew my father. I was in and out of jail. And it became a never-ending story. So I had a friend come to me and told me about a program. It was called Twin Cities Rise. But because of my background and where I was at in my life, I didn't qualify. So now I gotta take another step back. And got lucky. Got with a strong group of black men. Program called a Wally. I had a man in there tell me some things that I never knew a negative man could go through and still become positive. Not only was he positive, but he brought a couple of brothers with him. And they were here to share their stories with us. So I went through a Wally, and I had my ups and downs. And pretty much the whole time through a Wally, I was homeless. So I had to go 3 months from house to house, try to make sure I made it to a Wally on time to get to Twin City Rise. Finally graduated a Wally and moved forward to Twin City Rise. But still we're having some run-ins. In reality it was, I just wasn't being true to myself. So once again, I was homeless. And back out to my being no good. But Ralph stayed on me real good. Told me I can do it. So I started pushing and pushing and pushing. And then I hit another bump. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then I hit another bump. I pushed for 3 years. And the last, I've been employed for a year. I had my own apartment for a year. I've been involved in my kid's life for the last 2 years. One thing I want everybody to know is, don't give up on Twin City Rise. Don't give up.